Hey traders, Nick here. I wanted to recap the week ending 622. Okay, so let's see. The market today, the air is still negative. The markets are positive, except for the small caps slightly down. But this week, today, I think they rebalanced the Russell. So I don't know how that really impacts the price action. But to tell you, there's strength in the S&P, Nasdaq. Kind of dragging because of the big names in there, but I think it's just temporary. And the Dow had a strong bounce. So the day is not done yet on Friday, but for the morning open was actually going on rails as far as what the pre-open told us, up 100 plus whatever. And then we had a tweet from President Trump, which was that he's adding 20% car tariffs on European cars if they go ahead as a retaliation to them retaliating to our initial tariffs. So, they put whiskey, jeans, or whatever else on a tariff at 25% or whatever it was. So he said he's going to tax the cars at 20, which is, I believe, double what they tax ours. So markets tripped. But if with this supposed, this at the heart of the fear, tariff war, right? Global tariff war, and they can't close the day negative. The day is still out there. Then the bears missed an opportunity. I have to tell you that all day the bulls had opportunities to break out, and they did not take them. Let's see if I can show you on the, all these pokes up here are, if they take this leg, they get to here in no time, just on a technical basis, and they just refuse to do it, even when the VIX is totally red. Usually on a red VIX day, boom, they take these steps, but they're not, because they're going into a weekend close, and who knows. Now, the big winner today is really oil, and just a level check on oil. Basically, OPEC did a masterful job of yak. Yesterday, they told us, we're talking about adding capacity, and we're talking about either 1 million, 1.5 million, or 1.8 million. So they gave us three terrible news because we were expecting 500,000. So today they come out and say, you know what? It's 1 million. And not even that, is really 600,000, because some of the people that are supposed to add, they can't add. So they only can add 600. Now I expect the others to cheat to make up the difference, but they managed the headlines to scare people and then bring it back. So oil is ripping higher for 5%. Can't short it. So that's the oil story. Now the week is pretty, for a bad week, so to speak, it's greens all over, and we had two all-time highs, the small caps and the Nasdaq. Hey, let me show you. Actually, I'll just put it in the write-up. So the weeks were pretty positive all around, except maybe one or two indices here and there lagging. The Dow certainly lagging because it's in the line of fire with regards to, let me see if I show you the DIA, because of the rhetoric with the tariff. Every company in the Dow, major company in the Dow, is big player. Caterpillar, Boeing, these are major players in the Dow because they're high ticket items, and the Dow is price weighted. So the Dow is really, it has some makeup to do. If markets were to rally, the Dow should play catch up real fast, but until the tariff headlines go away, it's a tough trade. So, but other than that, the IWM and all that, they have either green or greenish tickers. Now the Qs and the IWM, so the Nasdaq and the small caps, set new all-time highs this week. So it's hardly to say it's a bad week, but it felt bad, right? It felt bad because Thursday and Friday, or Thursday was bad, Friday wasn't. But we started almost every day bad. So next week, what do we have? We have a whole bunch of Fed heads talking. Now the Fed heads are talking, and we can't stop them from talking, unfortunately. They're going to affect markets one way or another. More importantly, we have a lot of economic reports that are like PCE and things like that will definitely give us an idea about inflation and wage and all of that, and production costs. So it could influence the trade. So hot numbers there would be bearish markets, because that would insinuate that the Fed might have to tighten faster than expected. All right, so levels, I'll include that one chart that shows all of the weekly charts, candles, to see. As far as I have a whole slew of trade setups and level checks that I'll include in the write-ups for premiums members, and we can go from there. If you have any questions, I really don't want to say much. Here's the bottom line. This week, we learned nothing new. the 100 billion extra or 200 or whatever in tariffs, it's still the same headline, just at a bigger scale. So with that, we're still at all-time highs and pushing to all-time highs. I mean, what else the bears want in order to break this bull? They have everything. When the game is going your way, when the other team has all the advantages, then you're probably going to win the game at some point. So I had a debate with a friend yesterday, all-time highs or retest of the lows. I said I bet we'll see new all-time highs in the S&P before we see the lows tested. So he said, okay, so 2,700 on the bottom. I said, no, lows, because if you're talking all-time high or the low, those are the two major push-pull, right? So the bears want to break this on the February test. The bulls want to take this. The Qs, the Nasdaq, they already took this. The IWM, they already took this. So here, I'll keep the icon. I'll keep the cursor. This is the February correction. Look at where they are. So if I change the Qs, that's the Nasdaq. That's the correction. This is where they are. You want to see FANG? That's FANG. Okay, let me go back to the Nasdaq. So yes, if we lose this white line, we will get to here. But this is a pivot point. I expect it to hold us a little bit. Okay. Now, black swan events can happen any day. Okay, so we can't plan on that. We should just put it in the mattress if you don't want to play with black swan events looming. They're looming all the time, 100% of the time. All right, so Nick signing out. Nothing new. So whatever was going on should continue going on. And what's going on? This is going on. It should continue going on until we change the game. How do we change the game? Until the fundamentals start deteriorating. When Apple starts saying, you know what, we can't do this anymore. When CRM starts saying we can't do this anymore, our P&L is going to be worse. But they keep delivering better P&Ls. The only time they guide softer is because there's problem in the air. And yesterday, one of the companies that guided softer was Red Hat. Boom, they got hammered. But he introduced something specific to them. So anyway, Nick signing out. If you have any questions, let me know.